Broadcasting live from the Business RadioX studios in Atlanta, Georgia, it's time for Atlanta Business Radio. Brought to you by OnPay, Atlanta's new standard in payroll. Now, here's your host.
Lee Cantor here, another episode of Atlanta Business Radio, and this is going to be a good one. But before we get started, it's important to recognize our sponsor, OnPay. Without them, we could not be sharing these important stories. Today on Atlanta Business Radio, we have Raj Tulshan with Loan Mantra. Welcome, Raj.
Hey, Lee. Thank you for having me on.
Well, I'm excited to learn what you're up to. Tell us a little bit about Loan Mantra.
Sure. So Loan Mantra is a small business lending and advisory company. We have our online portal, which essentially allows small businesses to connect with lenders. One of the biggest problems that most small businesses have is essentially when they reach out to a lender, local lender, or somebody they work with, and they give them a whole bunch of paperwork, etc. And then the small business owner is like, "Oh, great! I'm great at what I do, but I don't know where to go, how to finish this paperwork." Well, Loan Mantra has made that entire process easy. We built out an entire portal, loanmantra.com, and anybody can go in and use it for free. So it's our way of thanking our small business community.
So then, how many small business people try to get loans where they would use this?
Oh, anybody. It's open nationwide, 48 states. You can pretty much go from any of the continental U.S. and apply for a loan. You can complete all your paperwork, either if you're applying for a conventional loan, an SBA loan. Anybody who's gone and taken a loan, they can imagine the amount of paperwork that's required. And it never comes back as like, "Hey, here's a list of things I need. Can you get this out to me?" No, it's always like you give the lender paperwork, they'll come back and ask for something else. Well, guess what? We have demystified the whole thing. Now a borrower can go in and a small business owner can go in and just plug in the information at their own leisure in the evenings or in between work. They can just be like, "Okay, let me fill up all my paperwork," and with a push of a button, they can essentially send everything to the lender from the portal itself.
Now, is that does that affect your credit by doing this?
No, actually, we don't pull credit at all. This is just a way of organizing the small business owner to get to the lender. Now, when the lender, however, he or she goes and pulls the credit, if they decide to move ahead with the transaction, that's the time it will impact the credit. That's the time if the borrower's credit is locked, they'll be asked to, unlock it. Otherwise, pretty much, I think it notifies them that, yes, a credit has been pulled.
Now, does this the fees associated with this, is this cost a lot of money when it's time to actually do the loan, or is that every kind of lender has their own rules?
Every set of lender has their own rules. Look, any kind of transaction, right, depends on the kind of industry you're on, the kind of asset you have, and every lender, if you're doing a conventional loan versus an SBA loan, a conventional lender has their own set of fees, etc. An SBA loan, generally, they have a SBA guarantee fee besides a small lender origination fee, I believe that's what they call it. It goes around $2,500, but it varies from lender to lender, asset class, industry type, etc.
Would this have been helpful during the PPP period?
Absolutely. Our system, so we had the portal where we essentially had the form ready. So a lot of time, numerous borrowers of us came and said, "Hey, you know what? My financial institution is a large institution. They're already buried. They have a thing on their website." And we saw this a lot. That they said they have a thing on the website, "Don't contact us, we'll get to you, we are buried." But somebody could have gone into our portal, essentially have filled in the PPP form and essentially taken it to a different lender of choice and applied through that. Initially, yes, during PPP 1, it was a little bit of a problem because there weren't that many lenders, but eventually, as with time, these lenders got sophisticated. They were willing to work with other small business owners.
And is do the loans require a personal guarantee, or is that kind of case by case?
Not the PPP. I'm assuming you're talking
about
the
traditional loan.
Correct. So in the traditional loans, all traditional loans, I always say that, look, the best way to look at a loan is you are a sole business owner. The same way you benefit from the business, you should be willing to almost be assured that there is a personal guarantee component built into it. But again, it varies transaction to transaction. Equipment loans are different from, a 25-year business loan, etc. So But whenever I talk to my borrowers, I'm like, you are going to benefit from your business. Be willing to stand behind your business, which is essentially a personal guarantee.
And then, so when you put in all the information, how long does it take to kind of input the information?
So here's the best part, right? If you do work with a traditional lender, it back and forth takes 3 weeks, 4 weeks. If you're on Loan Mantra and if you're willing to spend 25, 30 minutes, you should be able to complete the entire process start to finish. And then essentially the forms are generated. You can DocuSign it and send it to your lender.
So then it becomes kind of a place where I can hold those loan documents so that when I'm ready to apply, I can just send it out to whoever I wanted. Like I can send it out to more than one person if I wanted to.
Absolutely, and that's a great point. I'm glad you brought it up. So yes, so you filling up. If you go into Loan Mantra right now, right, you log in, you will see that there's 6 tabs, easy to use. You'll fill in all the information, and the back end of it there's a document section. So Loan Mantra does the document section is divided into 2 parts. One is what we call blue generated documents, where all the information you put in is nicely now put into forms that are generally required by a lender, be it an SBA lender or a conventional lender. Then below that, the system automatically generates a checklist of documents that are required by a business owner. It's a generic checklist, but it pretty much fills in all the information that you need. Tax returns, bank statements. If you're an equipment company, if you have AR, aging, AP, you can put all of that information in. And then whenever you're ready, you can essentially select the documents you want to send to your lender and you forward it out to them. So you can send it to one lender or you can send it to multiple lenders.
And then, so I don't have to really make a decision. Like I can see who's offering me the best rates, the best deal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the beauty of this. The system is built with the borrower in mind, right? This is literally the system you can decide. Using Blue, you can decide essentially, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to work with Bank of America. Or I want to work with a bank across the country. You can literally decide, or you can call us at Loan Mantra and we'll be like, hey guys, I want to work with, this is what I need. This is what requirement. What do you recommend? And we have a network of lenders. We can go to them and essentially place a transaction with them. So the flexibility is there. The flexibility is built around small business. Look, I'm a small business owner. I know time is of essence, and I'm very good at what I do, but I'm definitely not good at other things. And that's what I think about when I think of, look, my clients are a gas station owner. I know somebody who started a gas station by working in the cold days of New Jersey and literally pumping gas with his socks hand wrapped around his hand. That guy is exceptionally good at gas station. Today he has 4 different gas stations. But when it comes to his loan application, etc., he trusts us. We have all his information in the system, and anytime he needs, now into 6 years in the future, we can pretty much just refresh it and keep sending it to lenders. What it does, it's easy, it's convenient, it's efficient, and it saves time.
Do I connect like my QuickBooks to it, and it uses that to fill in the blanks, or it? Like, how does it?
You got me on that one, Lee. Unfortunately, we're not there yet. We will one of these days get there. For now, it is very simple. It's like you pretty much fill in the QA, the system. It's a decision tree-based logic system, and it generates a whole bunch of documents that are required. Unfortunately, you're required to upload the documents. One of these days, we will reach out to our friends at QuickBooks and be like, hey, guys, love to work with you guys and build an API.
Now, do you have any tips you can share when people are trying to do this kind of, trusting a third party with all these, kind of private information? I'm sure security is at the utmost care in your organization, but is there any kind of tips you can share regarding financial security, especially online?
Sure. Look, as far as let me first talk about the security. Us, Loan Mantra. I mean, we follow the NIST 800-53 version 5 controls. What it means, it's a federal mandated technology security protocol, and we adhere to that. Anytime now, there are lots of systems out there. Please, before you go and submit your information, do your due diligence. Just do a quick search. Hey, who is Loan Mantra? What is Loan Mantra? Or what is Company X, Y, and Z? We have phone numbers there. See where we are located. Pick up a phone and call us. Always have introductory call. Or you know what? Create a portal. In the portal, put in your basic information. Loan Mantra, it doesn't ask for a lot of information. We are asking for 10 basic information. Just put in the basic information that is publicly available and see what comes back. If you start getting crazy calls, that means you probably just got spammed. You may want to block them, etc. But if you get somebody you're talking to, you're working with on a regular, who will reach out to you, and you see that is a little bit more organized, they probably have put in the time. They're not, out there to get your money. They're out there to work with you.
Now, say I go into your thing, and like you said, I'm not an expert in all this stuff, and I have a question. Is there like online chat? Is there help from that standpoint?
There's absolutely. So there is on the right-hand side, we have an email system. If you put in, even in your portal itself, if you go ahead and create an account for yourself, there's a note section within the system built in. Go ahead and put in your question, and somebody will generally get back to you within 24 hours would be like, hey, Lee, I see that you had reached out, you had asked this question. And the best part about this entire interaction is sitting in the portal by itself. So tomorrow, if you have, you can go back and refer. So you can be like, I know myself, I have 10,000 things going on with my business, right? Things I forget. I'll go back into my notes and it'll be like, oh, yeah, on this day I had a conversation with X, Y, and Z. This is what is required. The best way to look at it is like you, me, we all are small business owners. Literally, the guy who makes a pencil, the guy who serves the coffee at a bodega, everybody is a small business owner. We are extremely busy with our life, with our work, etc. So why not give them something which will work with them on their time? And that's what Blue and Loan Mantra is.
So now October is National Financial Planning Month. Everybody should be kind of assessing their doing a financial checkup, pretty regularly, at least annually. And this is a good reminder to do that. Is there any kind of tips you can share about having someone do this kind of financial plan to see where they're at?
Absolutely. Look, we are end of the quarter, right? We have had a crazy 2020 and equally crazy 2021. This is a great time, just take stock of the situation. Where are we? A lot has changed since the financial crisis. What kind of industry you're in, etc. Get your paperwork all in handy. Tax season is coming next year. Your accountant has just finished filing the business and personal tax extension tax returns for people, so they may have 5 minutes in their hand. If there's something you may want to talk to your accountant about, this would be a great time to do so. Even just look at how has your business been. Take 5 minutes to think, hey, what was my cash flow like during this crisis? What is my cash flow going to look next year? Or, hey, you know what? This COVID has changed business so much. What is it going to be like next year? There's so much noise about supply chain. There's so much noise about, employee and all that. Rise above that noise and just be like, okay, I can do this. I need to put everything on paper. This is where my business is. And 2022, which is going to be a fresh start, fresh calendar year, we can do this. We can get all of our paperwork and everything in order. And that's the most important thing. Start talking to your clients. Holiday season's coming. That's another great way to connect with your clients and be like, hey, thank you for your business. What can we do better next year?
So now, I imagine you partner with a lot of lenders. How many lenders are kind of working with you right now?
We currently have a base of 84 lenders that we work with on and off, and there's always new ones joining. And the best thing about my business is, well, what we do essentially is we are nationwide. All our clients are nationwide, and our lenders are also nationwide. And we, by virtue of our portal, loanmantra.com, we can essentially connect, as you can may imagine, with the lender which is sitting in Kansas to a borrower who is in New Jersey and vice versa. So we have that flexibility.
How many lenders are there in the country?
Oh, boy. I wouldn't be able to, Lee, you got me in that. I apologize. I wouldn't be able to take a guess to it. That is, would love to look that up now that you mentioned.
It's got to be hundreds, thousands lenders out there?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Probably I have 500-600 lenders out there who, national lenders at least, who do traditional loans and SBA loans. And then I apologize. I wouldn't be able to venture a guess on that.
What is the temperature of the lender nowadays? Are they looking to make these loans? Sometimes it's harder to get them than other times. What is the kind of the trend when it comes to loan availability right now? Are they open to kind of doing these kind of loans nowadays?
Absolutely. Look, there are two things happening. Since COVID, two things have happened. One is the government has become a direct lender. The U.S. government the federal government has put in so much money into the economy to try to help small business, right? They've bought in different programs. I mean, some successful, some not. I mean, there was PPP1, PPP2, the SVOG, the EIDL. There was EIDL1, EIDL2, and now there's EIDL3. What I mean by that, they started last year with 150,000, they increased it to 500,000, now it's gone to 2 million. Besides that, there was the RRF. I'm hoping and praying that Congress approves the $60 billion that's outstanding, the bill, so that our restaurant clients can get the money. Restaurant owners are still hurting, and if anybody's listening out there, please approve the RRF bill. So I think it's called HR 3807, so the restaurant owners can get the much needed money. But that's the program in itself, the government. And besides the government, banks are flushed with cash, right? If you think about it, everybody was saving this money in the banks, etc. So the banks if there's a good transaction to be had, if a borrower is organized, if all the paperwork's done, if there's a good quality borrower, a bank is willing to lend. Plus, in addition to that, there's the SBA program, the SBA 7A, the SBA 504, and the SBA Community Advantage program. All of these programs are there. So this is a great time for a small business owner. Most of the industries are doing pretty well. If you are organized, there's an easy way to get money right now in the market.
Now, what do you need more of right now? Do you need more people to be aware of Loan Mantra to, put their application in? Do you need more lenders? Do you need more funding to grow? What do you need?
Right? What we are a catalyst. Loan Mantra is sitting in the middle, and it is helping small business connect to lenders, and at the same time connect lenders to good quality small business owners. Loan Mantra has been built around, the whole platform is built around to take a small business owner, or business owner period, and make them more efficient so that by the time they get in front of the lender, they're shining, everything is done. They'll wow the lender. The lender will be like, okay, this person knows, they have their paperwork. So as far as we're concerned, more the merrier. Please come. The system's already been built. Come as a small business owner, help yourself. As a lender, help yourself to some small business owners who are willing to work with you. Any small business owner who goes and puts the information on Loan Mantra, and any lender who's seriously seeking a small business, there is a match out there to be made.
And then the amounts of the loans, or what's the range of the loans?
So generally, a traditional lender is anywhere from $100,000. There's the small community lenders which do $100,000 up to almost $15 million can easily be done on Loan Mantra. Anything north of that, it generally goes into a different section, the middle market section, and there's a different group of lenders that get involved in it. But again, Loan Mantra is available. You can always save your information there, and even they can efficiently work with the lenders. I mean, think of it from a lender's perspective, really. And anytime you work with a lender, if you give him or her what they're looking for, after that it's just it's just the process. But if you can make the entire thing easy for them, it just goes through it. It's like a 1, 2, 3.
And it sounds like you're trying to make it easy for both sides.
Absolutely. I mean, information is out there. It's just a matter of organizing the information. So I always say it's like, talking the same language. The lenders have a language. The small business owners have a language. The small business owners' language is their product, their thing, their service, whatever they're selling, they're very good at. The lenders have a process which has been mandated by either their board, their team, or the federal government, somebody. So it's essentially just matching it. And both of them want to get something, right? The lender wants to do the loan because they have the money. That's what their business is. The small business owner wants to grow their business. They need the money. So why not give them the same language? And Loan Mantra is the same language for them.
So if somebody wants to learn more, take it for a ride, what's the website?
Oh, it's www.loanmantra.com, LOANMANTRA.com. Please, it's free. It's literally go on the website. On the top, it says Start Here. Click on it, and it takes you to the next page, and you can go through and through.
Well, Raj, thank you so much for sharing your story today. You're doing important work, and we appreciate you.
Hey, Lee, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me. And if anybody has any question, please reach out to us through our website.
All right, this is Lee Cantor. We'll see you all next time on Atlanta Business Radio.